Pauly and ESEA, a couple of familiar names there on the terrorist side in Shinobi and Pauly.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pauly played last year in Invite with the Stream team, and he's got lots of Invite experience from previous iterations of Counter-Strike, so he's definitely one to watch.
Alrighty, well, it does look like it is just going to be a fast push towards B, and only one member from Blitz is going to be sitting over there. That's Xander. He's actually hiding in his own smoke, maybe testing the waters. He's actually going to let him run right by him. This could be incredible if he's able to push through this smoke and catch a couple of them off guard, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. No! Pauly spins around and takes him down anyway, so that's going to be your first frag on the board, but that B bomb site is open, and they are going to get that plant. Fruit going to chime in with a frag of his own, and now we're going to see this push coming out from back halls. ESEA going to take down Gosu, and now the gunfight is on. Pez takes out Hero, and now we're down to a 2 versus 3. Make that a 2 versus 2 now. Is Fruit going to spin around and get a couple? Misk going to find one as well, and the last man standing is going to be Dick Marco, and we're going to see whether or not he can take down the last man, Fruit, who's going to be around the halls. A little bit of pre-fire coming out around that corner, but he is going to go down, and that's going to be the round for the CT side of Blitz. Fruit with a big 4K.
Yeah, huge 4K retake. That was really good by them to get into the site. A little bit sloppy by the terrorists, not really protecting their bomb plant so well. And that's going to give one to the counter-terrorists early on Inferno. Probably not a situation XGB wanted to. Just to confirm, it is also a typical best-of-3, one map in hand for the upper brackets. So
it is, okay.
Yeah, so XGB does have to win twice. So yeah, keep that in mind. I had another excellent point that I was going to make, and I already forget it. So
that's what happens in our old age, Sadicist.
Yeah, when that comes back to me, we'll get to it. But that said, they've got an M4A1 out in Fruit. No surprise with that 4K. He had a lot of money to work with, so he's gone full firepower right now with head armor, full grenades, and a defusal kit as well. The only defusal kit on the board, so keep an eye on that. And I think he's actually playing it, in that quick rotator spot toward Arch. So they can get that to either bomb site relatively quickly, and then after that, it's 2 swag 7s, so they want to play a little bit close quarters as Xanders tries to get up inside the apartments. And then it's 2 P90s. Or pardon me, 1 P90 and a Clarion.
Yes!
Yep. Oh, that was the other point I was going to make. I think MISC is miscellaneous. I could be wrong. But typically that's your abbreviation for miscellaneous.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm just going to call him MISC because that's what his name is in the server.
I'm sorry. I thought I was giving you English lessons today as well.
Nice try. English lessons from a Canadian.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Whatever, man. We use properly, okay? It's our land. Oh, look at this. The swag 7 might come out big. Hero misses out that first shot, though. Gonna try and get a second one. Not gonna happen right there. And that's the problem. Not enough. You pretty much have to nail that first shot when you're peeking out with a gun that has that low of a sort of bullet time. Gosu, though, on the rotation is going to take down Pez, but the bomb's already going to get planted on the barbecue, and that will at least give a good amount of the cash toward the T side. Of course, they did plant the first round as well, so they should be able to early buy. Gosu, though, going to continue to motor into the bomb site, and there he's seeking the backside. There it is. Beautiful. Pardon me, ESEA. Beautiful there with that CZ75. Picks up 2, but it's not going to be enough, and that will give the bomb defuse to Fruit, who stays alive with that M4A1, so he's looking really good economy-wise right now, but the T's are in a position to buy on round number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And ESEA there with the CZ75 at the end, taken down 2, and he actually dinked Fruit at the end there to drop him down to 6 points of health. Almost had himself a ham sandwich round right there, but nevertheless, he is going to go down. So Blitz is going to pick it up, but they did get 2 bomb plants, so it is going to be a full gun round for you guys. And look at the advantage that the terrorists have here. We have 3 M4s in play, but still a P90 on the back of Gosu, and only a CZ75 for Hero against 5 AKs. They're going to go for the early nades down Banana, but it's not really going to do a whole lot of damage, and they're going to be sitting right behind that smoke. I'm surprised a little bit of spam didn't come out from the CT side through that smoke. Not going to give away their positions just yet, but they are going to fall back off of Banana, and again, we see that kind of default play coming out that you have been seeing throughout the entire playoffs from Open all the way up through the Premier side of things. We've seen Inferno get played quite a handful of times. I believe it was the IM final and the main final map as well, so we're going to see it here in Open, but we do have a 4-man push over here in the Banana hallway. Some nades coming up. They're going to go ahead and nade down Gosu down to 5 HP. If they try to trade out that frag, it's going to be a quick one, as he's going to go ahead and get himself out of dodge. Falls back into the bomb site, and that's going to leave number 5, Hero, with just the CZ75. They've got 2. It's kind of a difficult situation over there at that B bomb site. Only a pistol and a man with 5 HP and no rotation to try to help support, as the number 9 man is going to be doing a great job. That's Pauly over there in apartments trying to hold them back a little while longer, keep them honest at A, and that's exactly what's going to happen here as the number 2 man slow on the rotation. Molotov's going over, smokes and flashes. Here comes the push in towards that B bomb site, and we're going to see what Gosu has for us over here at Spools. And he's going to peek out, finds one, manages to take down Eski, and he's still alive there in the backside of that site. Fruit spamming through the smoke, going to pick off Pauly as well. And 2 early frags go the way of the CTs. Fruit still spamming through the smoke, finds a little bit of damage onto another one. And spamming away goes to, how are you still alive? You should have been dead 5 minutes ago, but the bomb is going to go planted. And we are going to be seeing this retake come out from the CT side. Hero going to chime in with one. Before he goes down, Pez going to find one, finds the second one, looking for a third, not going to find it. Shinobi from the banana is going to find one as well. It's going to be missed, and now we're on a 2 versus 1, and Fruit is on the bomb. Xander goes down. Fruit, no kit. He's going to go down as well. Shinobi saves the day, and that's going to be the first round on the board for XGB.
5 HP, even with guns. The retakes have been really strong from the CT. One of the things I'm noticing on their B retakes after the bomb plants is that they are waiting to coordinate. The bomb at about, I think about 25 seconds left before detonation, and 4 out of 5 players for the CT still at 100 health because they were waiting around to try and get in. So they are working well as a team, but unfortunately that time they just couldn't overcome the firepower of the AK-47s. And Shinobi had good positioning in Banana, and that allowed him to play out the bomb timer. So full credit where credit is due. Right now, Xander, look at the aggression right now, all the way down apartments, and Pauly's going to make him pay right there, pardon me, with that Galil, as he catches him out there with that headshot. Unfortunately, was not able to connect on that first one. Pauly down to 22 HP, so one more bullet would have done it, but unable to complete the shot. And now Miscellaneous is going to pick up and get aggressive in that same position. Now, Miscellaneous only has that CZ75, so naturally looking for that gun is going to be extremely important. And yeah, look at that. He's going to grab it and take off just like that. So smart play. As Eski sitting out in the middle. Where's Bomb right now? Bomb's actually in the hands of DeMarco, and it looks like they're going to play a pick strategy and try and make something out of nothing right now. But in that B, they've already found one. There goes... who was that? Was that Hero or Xander? I don't know.
That was Hero that went down. That was a beautiful,
okay.
Beautiful spam that came in too. He just 2-tapped him through the truck, through the car wall.
Yeah, it's interesting that the CTs are so far, like we mentioned on the economy, where the Ts were able to ramp up those 2 rounds with bomb plants, that they've pretty much broken the CTs already. And again, they're in a situation where they've got extremely higher gun power right now on the board. You can see the equipment value. But right now, Gosu with that 5-7 waits patiently over toward the cubby on the left side of the site, and that's going to give him at least 1 kill. And then Pez comes in, but there's the rotation. Fruit gets 1, and then they're going to trade back and forth as Miscellaneous now inside the site finds himself in a 2-on-1. But look at the health on DeMarco. If he jumps down right now, he could easily take him, but no, Eski is going to connect on the shot. So a second successive round for the terrorists. And there's that bomb plant to boot. That's $300 extra into Dick Marco's pocket. So good for him.
In the Dick's pocket, huh?
What?
What?
Yeah. What? I put my dick in your pocket.
Wow. All right, so Blitz on that one. Xander getting a little too aggressive for his own good there in apartments. And actually, the reason that he wasn't able to solidify that kill on Pauly there in halls was because he started to try to run away through apartments back up the stairs, but he wasn't able to get out in time. They're going to go for a very aggressive push here on the B bomb site, and Mist's going to come up with 3. What? Are you kidding me? He's just going to mow him down in Banana. Takes down 3 with the P250, 1 clip. And Hero, really the only one that took too much damage over there on the CT side. That was going to be 98 points of health off of him, but the bomb still on the back. But look at this flank. Here comes Xander. He's only got a P2000, but he's going to be able to catch them completely unawares here on T-ramp. And he might be able to take down both, or at least get the bomb carrier down. And he's going to come right around the corner now, looking for it, and he spots them both out. He's going to walk right up. Could he go for the knife? Is he going to go for the knife? Is he going to go for the knife? Yes, he gets one with the knife. Bobbing and weaving, Pauly's not able to take him down, and finally he goes down, and there's $1,500 in his pocket just off of that one alone. Last man standing going to be Pauly, and he's going to run right into a CZ. I'm sorry, a silent USP. I can't even say words either, Sadakis, but that's going to be it. Now Pauly with 2 frags and only 16 HP, and we're going to see whether or not he can actually solidify this round, as my auto director is doing an absolutely horrific job of following the action, but the bomb is going to get planted, so the money is in the bank. And Gosu working his way around through the site right now. He has no idea that he's over there. Oh, he's going to peek out and gets taken down. So an eco-round victory for Blitz and a chance. Xander.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome. Smart of him to do that, like you said, that extra $1,500, especially when they're on a save round. It's so funny how save rounds or eco rounds materialize. All it takes is one really good play, and then the rest of it's easy to solidify with positioning.
That was all Misk all day on that one.
100%. All 3 of those guys got mowed down. They got lucky in a way that they pushed, and he managed to stay behind some of the nades in the pillars. And man, he just chopped them apart. That was awesome. I'm still a P250 fan. I don't have the accuracy with the CZ75 to make the low bullets, the low clip size worth it. So good to see some people still think that way.
Well, it obviously worked out well for him that round.
Absolutely. Nade's going to head up Banana right now. Gosu was a little bit pushed up right there. He manages to only get away with losing a solo HP, so 99 for him as he falls back into the site. Smokes will be deployed. And look at this. Now the T's already back onto the save after that round. And actually, we're going to see a deagle on the board. So Dick Marco pulling out the big shiny, I don't know if it's silver in it. It is still silver. Look at that default skin. I like the default deagle more than any other deagle skin available. It's nostalgia, I guess.
I like the heirloom because it's got a little skin to it, but then it's also got the default. Anyway, we're not here to talk about skins.
Well, it's been a slow round, so I can understand why we're getting a little sidetracked. But they are stacking up at the top of Banana right now with that bomb. Shinobi looks like he's going to be the carrier and designated planner. Shinobi? I don't know.
Maybe he's on that one.
All right. Dustin Moret calling me up for name enunciations yet again.
Oh, my God.
And here it is. Looks like they're finally going to push in. Nope, they aren't. No smokes down, interestingly enough. Miscellaneous, meanwhile, over at A is going to take down Dick Marco. So that's going to be your obvious distraction down and out, and that leaves Fruit to rotate through the CT spawn already. And 4 Ts running into the site. They avoid one flash. They trade out. Paulie manages to take down Gosu, but there's still one player remaining in the backside of the site, and that's Hero. But Eski, geez, man, now I'm all over the place, manages to pick up that AK, tries to get the bomb plant, but not going to happen. Fruit with a double on the rotation manages to shut that down completely, and they do resume the lead into a 4-2 position. Now, I'm not sure. Economy's still not really solid either way. The terrorists are going to buy out this round, but look at, like, Gosu. He's got 78 still with that save, so...
Yeah.
I think it's still back and forth. This is still breakable.
It is. I mean, Miscellaneous sitting on 9,100 right now, so, you know, the old adage of Counter-Strike, the 3 can drop 2, 2 cannot drop 3, so it'll be interesting to see. But with the cheaper price of the Silent M4 that they have on the CT side, we'll see whether or not that comes into play after this round is over. Just going for some standard spam early in this round. They're actually going aggressive here on Banana, which I like to see. Switching things up here is Hero and Gosu actually going to push on down and spamming through that smoke in mid. Fruit's going to try to find a little bit of damage. I believe SK got a little bit chipped away down to 74, but Fruit the worst for the wear on that one. He's going to be down to 67 himself. Hero down to 52 up there in Banana, as a couple of nades did rain on their parade up in that area. So we will be seeing a little bit of damage early in this round, but I thought for a second it switched over to Paulie, and I thought we had an aggressive CT push in apartments, and there was like 4 Ts.
Auto-director.
I know, man. I got really excited and then really disappointed all at the same time. But it does look like it is going to be an A execution, and this is really going to be on Shinobi here in mid. Sorry, I had to. And we're going to see if his lurk skills in middle are going to pay dividends this round, because it's going to be Miscellaneous here on truck side holding down the fort as here comes the smokes and the flashes. They're going to barrel on out. Shinobi, though, hits the opening frag. Fruit going to get the rebuttal on that one. He's going to actually pick up 2. Still over there in sight, picks up a 3rd, looking for a 4th. He's going to get it. And can he solidify the ace? And he does! A lightning quick ace coming out from Fruit in the A bomb site, laying him down. And that's going to be a 5th round for Blitz. 5-2.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Well played. I don't even really have to commentate on that one. I mean, he used his positioning to his advantage. Sure, he kind of got the help of his teammate distracting the players coming out of apartments, but he hit the shots that were required, and that's why he's top fragging right now, by the way. He's at 14. Miscellaneous is in 2nd overall in the server on 8, so he is definitely pulling his weight early on in the first map, at least, because, of course, XGB will have to win too. Shinobi's going to go down right there. I'm going to keep doing it. Don't care.
Of course. Long hair?
Absolutely. Yep. Long hair. Don't care. Actually, my hair's pretty short. Just want to say that.
Short hair.
Throw that out
Still
there.
don't care.
Still don't care. But yeah, a good little nade stack down Banana. That's going to take him down. And now Pez is going to get absolutely annihilated right there by Gosu. Nice shot. And Dick Marco's trying to come inside. He's going to get picked off as well. So Blitz doing a very good job holding down that B site. Xander so far the only one to drop, actually, as Eski, the last man remaining for XGB. And he's stuck inside the pillars at Banana, and there it is. Gosu's going to go ahead and take him down as well. So a 4K for Gosu, good positioning, and some, of course, one of those was on a stack nade, so we got a little bit lucky with that one that it went to him, but manages to kill out the next 3 pretty easily. So 6-2 the score. Now, we talk all the time about what you need as a terrorist team. I don't know, 5 rounds on Inferno, or would you still want to go for 6 or 7?
Obviously, 5 rounds is kind of the accepted thing. 6 to make yourself feel a little bit more comfortable. 7 is an exceptional half.
Well, we'll see if they can get closer to that.
But they got to string something together. One sitting behind car, that's going to be Hero. He gets spotted out, and also simultaneously Gosu goes down to the hands of Shinobi. And that's going to be an early two-man advantage here for the terrorist side as they're going to go ahead and get the bomb down on the grill, fry another shrimp on the Barbie, and that's going to be all she wrote right there as we are going to have a three-man retake here from the CT side. They do have a little bit of money in the bank, so they are looking to go for this one. An AWP in play on the back of Xander for the first time in this matchup so far. But Misk in mid, going to keep him honest. Pauly goes down, and they look like they're actually going to fall back and try to hang on to their weapons here. Misk looks like he's kind of lagging for me. Is he looking a little laggy for you too?
I'm just trying to check his latency. He looks fine on my screen, so nice shot by Xander.
Yep, right through the flash. Xander's going to find one, but that's all that they're going to get this round, as it is going to be a 3-on-3. Xander trying to pick him off as they rotate out, though, doing that economical damage, and they're going to find another one. That's ESEA going down, and Dick Marco almost perishes with the bomb as well. Survives with only 4 HP, but that's going to be it for the round. A third on the board for XGB, but if they really want to do some damage to the CTs, they need to string a bunch together here.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to say. Unfortunately, we were only at 4 rounds, so there was no loser money yet ensued, the loser bonus. So they've pretty much got to win out on this one and make it completely valid. Otherwise, they won't get any economy advantages going for them. The second one is, positionally, they weren't really in a good spot for the retake, so I understand the save, but they had so much economy. Like, they've got at the start of this round, they had 2 players with 5 digits worth of money, so I'm a little surprised they didn't try and do a little bit more damage. But right now, up middle, Xander's going to go ahead and get one with that AWP. Shinabi's going to go back. I'm going to change it up now, Shinabi, and take down Fruit. I don't know, how many different, like, iterations of his name can I come up with tonight? Let's see how many I can come up with.
Oh, I've got a few ideas.
Okay, all right. But that said, that's going to leave us in a 4-on-4 situation. The op's still up, though. Interestingly enough, Xander fell back toward the cubby side of Arch, and that left him alive and still in the action. But not going to be where they're headed. In fact, they've already entered through Banana into the B site right now. Gosu's in the backside of Quad. Hero's going to do some good damage from CT side, and Gosu, nice shot. As Shin, I'm just going to leave it at that, goes down. And now Hero rotating back around from construction. Look at the backside of the site. Gosu's still there. They haven't managed to take him down. ESEA's going to have to do something about that, but can't do it as Gosu closes out on him as well. So another 2K for him. It seemed like he got more than that, though, where he was back there for so long. But that said, they will shut down the B site. 7-3 now going to be our score.
Absolutely. And Blitz just, I mean, staying true to their name right here, just laying it down on XGB here on Inferno. But it is only 7-3. It is only the 11th round playing out right now, so anything is possible for the end of this half. It is going to be a save round here for XGB, so we're going to see whether or not they can string a couple of kills together to do a little economical damage to the CT side of Blitz. But they're going to have to switch their play up here because obviously B really isn't working out too well for them, except for when Blitz goes super aggro, and that's not what's going to be happening. Well, it is what's happening this round, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to be a gun round. So they are going to be aggressive here in mid on the other side of the map, and here comes XGB pushing all the way up. They've got one at Moto's side fighting, and they are going to be able to take him down. And now Xander with the AWP looking for more. He's going to find 2. Nice shot with the CZ75. And now one still sitting in pit. That's going to be Fruit. It's going to lob a nade out. Doesn't really need to do that. Throws it way too far, but he's going to find the Ibonish. And that's going to leave the last man standing as ESEA with the bomb on his back, so he is going to try to go for the plant here. And actually, a team flash coming out is going to hold Fruit back, and actually he is going to get the plant. So a little extra money in the bank, a successful eco round for XGB. And did you like my rendition of Shinobi's name that time?
I did, actually. I like chat's renditions. They've come up with a few as well. So, yeah, I'm glad we at least started something fun.
Squid Nobi, I like that one.
Yeah,
the Calamari Kid. Nice.
I did see that one as well. So that said, there is just enough money in the bank for the terrorists to get out the guns that they want. They've got 4 AK-47s, and Dick Marco's going to go for an AWP, so we'll see how that plays out for them. And right now he's already heading toward the middle stairs naturally. See if he wants to pick up middle. He's actually a little bit more aggressive than I would have thought. Looked like he was going to head right toward Banana, but he's going to fall back into that position and see if he can find anyone at all at middle. Right now, though, ESEA already down to a significant 20 HP remaining as he eats up some nades inside that Banana as they've been throwing them there a lot. I'm surprised he hasn't clued into it. And Xander really aggressive with the op on the CT side all the way up toward the stairs and apartment. Will take down Pauly. That's an excellent frag. Pauly's only got 5, by the way, on the board, so we talked about his needing to be prevalent in this match and unfortunately not doing it so far. As Dick Marco tries to lurk inside toward the B site with that AWP. No smokes, no flashes to deter him, but unfortunately no one in the line of sight either, so they'll fall back and try and redress at middle right now. Pez is going to work with his teammates. ESEA still with that 20 HP. Watch up toward Boiler, though. You can see Miscellaneous lurking inside the bedroom. If he wants to, he can make quite a noise right now and shut them down, and absolutely he knows they're there as those Molotovs or Incinerators, pardon me, go out, as does that flash. And again, they're going to try and enter on the back of an op shot here as Dick Marco works up. No one's going to be over there on that arch side, though, where he's looking. Xander's going to get inside apartment. Nice shot. Takes down Pez. And I think through the wall, he actually did a little bit of damage there to Gosu. Nonetheless, at middle, they are going to get a little bit more aggressive. Xander's going to get one more. Shinobi's going to go ahead and take down Xander in response finally, and then he gets a second one as well. Shinobi now tries to work it up on truck side. The last one remaining runs into Fruit inside the pit, and that's going to make it 9-3. So Blitz doing an excellent job. And keep in mind, they only have to win this map. XGB would have to win this and the following map, which I believe is Dust 2, but don't quote me on that.
I won't quote you on that because I don't know for myself. But again, it is a 6-round lead here for Blitz. It is 9-3, 13th round playing out right now, and they are going to actually pick up an AK-47 and a couple of head armors here. They're going for broke, maybe trying to equalize the money situation here on the CT. Well, actually not really. Pez actually buying up that AK is going to be completely broke this round, and it does look like they are going to go for a little bit of aggression in mid. Lining them up, Fruit's going to find one with the help of Dick Marco onto the back of Pez. And that's going to be the early man advantage once again going the way of the CT side of Blitz. Fruit lobbing an 8 over mid, not going to find any contact. Eski once again down to 32 points of health, and we're going to see whether or not he can actually do anything with that CZ75 this round. But the bomb is working its way towards apartments, and that's going to have the AK-47 in the hands of Dick Marco. We're going to see, I would think that he should throw that AK over to Paulie and let Paulie play out with that AK right now since he does have head armor, but that doesn't seem to be what's going to happen right now. And there it is. Shinobi's going to go down. Shinobi, Shapoopy.
The Calamari Kid.
The Calamari Kid going down in mid, and that's going to be Misk also chiming in with one as well as Dick Marco's going to go down. Fruit 2 taps to Paulie, takes him down. Eski did get something done with the CZ75, but Xander is there to trade it out. Only one man falls for Blitz as they extend their lead to 10-3.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to say it this way because, you know, take any round you can get, but their third round win came in the middle of a 4-round streak. Then they won, then another 4-round streak. So it did nothing for their economy. In fact, it came at arguably the worst possible time. So now they're buying, losing, saving, buying, losing, saving, and it's a dream situation for the CT. Xander's going to go ahead and get Pez there. Nice shot down middle with that AWP. They try and respond right now with a little bit of aggression as they all push up middle, but a team flash slows that down just enough. Watch out, Misk and Xander both in the same spot here under Atrium. A little bit of a surprise perhaps as he pops out with that M4A1, but Eski, God, I'm terrible tonight. Going to go back into him. Xander catches out one with that Pokeball though. And that's going to make us back into a one-man situation. It's all on Shinobi, and Gosu closes out on him. So 11-3 in round 14. And this is a pretty dreadful half, it's got to be said.
Absolutely. XGB needs to pick up this last round if they want to have any kind of a cushion going into the second half here. If they lose pistol round, it's going to be extremely difficult for them, especially with those overpowered Glocks coming at them in that pistol round. They're going to have to hit some insane shots, but again, Fruit playing absolutely out of his mind right now. 24-4. That was 24-4. But Xander's going to open things up with the AWP. Since he's picked up that AWP, I don't think he's died yet. He's had that AWP for a very long time. And just as I say that, he goes down to the hands of Eski over there in the alternate mid, trying to get a little too aggressive for his own good in the balcony room. And that's going to leave it on a 4 versus 4 now, slightly favoring the terrorist side, as we've talked about in previous broadcasts, that the CT's forces now have to be spread 2-on-2. And the terrorists can all group up and just hit a site all at the same time. So we're going to see that happen here at the B-bomb site in just a second. His hero is going to be over here with a smoke prime. And actually, they're going to sniff him out. But Gosu right around the corner is going to find 2. And they're going to go ahead and push through that smoke. Paulie finds one as well. So we are back on a 2 versus 2. And that's going to be Misk and Fruit. 2 very strong fraggers so far for the CT side. And they're going to be on the rotation, both coming from the CT spawn. And we do see Paulie and Eski getting into some relatively solid post-plant spots right now, as Eski's going to be over there in Banana, and Paulie's going to be waiting for one to come through construction, but it does look like they're actually both going to go towards main, and that's going to be a little bit of a risky play as Eski does go down, and that's going to leave it all on Paulie with 18 points of health. He does have a grenade, and he actually throws it a little bit too shallow.
Oh, no!
And he sticks the defuse. Oh, he gets the defuse!
Wow, Paulie.
Just a hair too late on that one, and Paulie does take him down, but the round goes the way of Blitz, and that's going to be a 12-3 first half scoreline.
I think he assumed his nade went far enough that it... I don't even know, because it was a regular frag nade. Like, he had 1 HP, and that nade didn't damage him, and I think Paulie was thinking, all right, well, I threw a nade, he's not going to stick it. I don't know, I can't even explain that thought process. That was just mistimed by literally a millisecond.
Unfortunate end to the first half there, but
yeah, well, they would have needed that. 4 rounds is a hell of a lot better than 3 when you're going on to the CT side.
Absolutely, especially with as crucial as this pistol round is going to be for XGB here. They absolutely need to win this pistol round if they want any chance of getting themselves right back into this one.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit flabbergasted about that one. That was not anticipated at all. I figured when he had 1 HP and threw the nade, it was good. I'm surprised it actually landed the way it did.
The ricochets are a little bit tricky here in CSGO, so...
And he was running backwards when he threw it, too, so...
I did not notice that. I was actually over in the other POV at the time.
Yeah, he was kind of running backwards and to the right, strafing right as he threw it. But that shouldn't have affected it. It should have still bounced. I don't know, that was weird.
Yep, a bummer end for the first half for XGB as they lost that 1 versus 1, but again, you wash your hands of it, you regroup, and you come back stronger in the second half, so we're going to see if that's what they can do here. As we're just waiting for, I believe, one more member to ready up, and then we should be live on 3, so just give it just a second, guys, and
there it goes.
Just as I say that, there we go. So for you guys that are just tuning in, now we're up to almost about 500 viewers right now, so this is XGB versus Blitz. This is ESEA Open Season 17 Grand Finals, and it is 12-3 in favor of Blitz, which is now going to be on the terrorist side. That's going to be Hero, Xander, Gosu, Fruit, and Misk, a.k.a. Miscellaneous, facing off against Eski, Paulie, Pez, Shinobi, the Calamari Kid, and Dick Marco.
Yeah, absolutely, and keep in mind as well that the Blitz is coming from the upper bracket, so essentially they've got a map in hand right now, whereas XGB would have to win this and the next map as well in order to take the championship. So Blitz in a really comfortable position right now. Paulie, though, nice shot through the smoke, going to take down Hero. Not before Miscellaneous could take down Pez just before that, so 4-on-4 the situation. As Xander with the bomb is going to head up toward Banana, but that's down and out as Eski, pardon me, will take him down. Goshu's going to trade out on Dick Marco, but there it is. Eski's going to pick up a second one from over by the electrical spool, and that gives the CTs a man advantage, but watch out, the Ts are inside the site. The smoke is deployed on main, and that means Paulie is a little bit out of position right there, and Eski's going to go down as well as Paulie not inside the site just yet. Now he's going to come through construction, picks up Fruit, and that's at least a start as Miscellaneous, the last player remaining. Paulie gets him as well, so making up for potentially that last round of the first half, and he picks up the hat trick. So 12-4 now our score. XGB pick up the pistol round that they very, very much needed.
Alrighty, so we will see the Clarions coming out for the CT side. This is going to be on the back of Eski, Pez, and Shinobi, the Calamari Kid. The Bison in play, Dick Marco. He's only 3-14. Maybe he can go for that 64 bullet spray down and try to get a couple of frags this round and kind of bolster his confidence coming into the second half. But a great pistol round for XGB, exactly what they needed. Now they need to not get ecoed, and they will be in very good shape in the second half, as it is just going to be a very aggressive push coming towards that A-bomb site, and Hero's going to take first blood. Shinobi goes down. Xander going to get one as well. Fruit chimes in with Paulie, and then all of a sudden everything just crumbles for the CT side. We have a fast flank coming from mid. That is DeMarco.
DeMarco.
And he turned just at the wrong time. So unfortunate there. It is a 4-on-2 post plant, but 3 weapons have been salvaged, and they do have armor. SK coming through the arch side is going to find Hero here in just a second. Decapitates him with the Clarion bullet, and now he's going to peek around. Xander goes down as well. Now we're on a 2 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 2 as Fruit from Pit going to find one, and he gets the second one as well. So a big 3K from him, survives with 5 HP, but that's going to be a 13th round now on the board for Blitz, and that's going to force the save for XGB. Unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, not anticipated at all. That's the thing on Inferno. If you can get early picks in a position that allows you to push into a bomb site before the rotations can get there, it's strength in numbers at that point. I mean, it's pretty common. I mean, this is a really eco-oriented map in a lot of ways, because if a CT stack works out advantageous, it's very possible that it can go the way of the CT, but all the terrorists need is 1 or 2 early picks, and then, like I say, some site positioning. And that's exactly what happened there, so... Good round by Blitz, puts them within 3 rounds now of the championship, if we want to get a little bit dramatic here, add that storyline into it. But still 5-on-5 in this round. XGB, Shinobi, I'm going to get it right.
One of these days!
Oh, man. He's down to 22 HP already, the only one to lose anything so far in this round. As we still see the terrorists kind of looming in middle, but as I say that, 3 of them already at the top of Banana right now are going to try and work inside the site. Shinobi's going to peek out, not going to happen. Miscellaneous going to get him with that Clarion. Of course, they picked those up from the previous round. And that's going to do the early damage, as now Pez is going to go down as well, and the bomb plant. So a post plant 5 on 2, 3, make it 5 on 2 now, as Pauly is going to go down as well. And it looks like XGB are going to drop yet another round, as only Dick Marco and Esky are inside. Oh, Esky's inside the site. This is interesting. I think they know he's there, though, because Fruit is staring at that bomb. Yeah, I think they know he has to be there still, as they flash him out. So no ninja attempt will be successful, as Hero takes him down. And now Dick Marco at least looking for exits, and they're completely aware they must be that the fact that he's in Banana, because no one's going to exit in that direction and give him any opportunity whatsoever to get a gun. So Blitz seem fully aware tonight. There's no question about it.
Absolutely, and they're going to go up by a 10-round margin right now, coming in towards tie point right now, and it is going to be a force up here from XGB. They don't have a whole lot of money to work with, so they're going to pick up a Mag 7 and 3 Clarions once again. The only M4 in play is going to be on the back of Pez, who had to go with the small armor. No nades for anybody really on the XGB side. A couple of, well, 1 smoke and 2 flashes, and that's all that they're going to have as auxiliary nades are concerned. But the terrorist side fully equipped this round, as Xander, the only one with not a full set of auxiliary nades, but they are going to just go for an aggressive play here. And Pauly pushed up in apartments, actually going to find Fruit. And that is the top fragger in the server down. And a great start this round for XGB, as they're going to go ahead and fall back off of that A bomb site, push one member back over towards the Arch side of things. But the bomb is working its way up towards Banana, and Gosu going to be at the point here with the AK-47 in hand. Smoke goes down, and that's going to cordon off that area for just a little while longer. And we're going to see whether or not they're going to be able to infiltrate this B bomb site, and it's going to be, just a few extra tick-tocks on the clock here, and we're going to see whether or not they can make their way in there. But as of right now, it's just going to be a Mexican standoff here in the Banana hallway, as they patiently wait for that smoke to go away. So Shinobi and his teammate Esky is going to be over here trying to defend this bomb site. This is exactly where the terrorists are looking to go right now, and just patiently waiting right now for that smoke to go away. So we're going to see this this take come in just a second, boys, as I'm doing some funny stuff with the camera here. There's all the nades raining in. They're going to go straight in towards CT spawn, and that is a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off, as they're going to go ahead and wrap all the way around construction. And this is a brilliant play here from Blitz, but they've actually smoked themselves off at spools. Xander going to find first blood in CT spawn. They're going to flash in, push the smokes. Esky going to find blood. That's the bomb carrier. Esky with a double, spamming away, though. Shinobi not able to connect. And that's going to be Gosu dropping 1, but Esky's going to get a 3rd, and that's going to leave it on a 2 versus 1. Now DeMarco coming around the corner with the Mag 7, takes down Xander. Sir. The bomb does get planted, but that's okay, because the money situation on the terrorist side is great right now. And by great, I mean terrible. But Blitz, nevertheless, it's going to be 14-5.
Yeah, and that's a lifeline right there for XGB. Allows them to try and string something together. Still extremely painful that they got ecoed on round number 2, but now they can at least try and get a run going right now. And in fact, the T's are getting aggressive. They're going to go ahead and buy out immediately. So 2 AKs, 3 AKs is going to be 4 and 5 in no time here. Actually, I say that in Hero already bought. Okay, so yeah, they're fine. And they're going to be going against kind of a disadvantaged CT side. No, wait, no, Shinu. Okay, I lied. I'm not going to call anymore. I hate this HUD. It doesn't tell me when he's already bought. So Shinobi already had the M4 when I thought that he was going to be saving. So I take back my previous thought. It is going to be essentially a full gun round right now.
You okay, mate?
I'm not okay, but everything's going to be all right in just 1 second. Right now at the B site, Esky's going to go ahead and get 1-2. Look at him. He's brilliant so far with his play at B. Gets another double, but there's Fruit responding immediately. Shinobi going to run through and manage to take him down. Reaction shot right there on Miscellaneous. And that's beautiful, as Gosu now finds himself awkwardly as the last man remaining for the Blitz side. And he's only got 4 HP in the back sight, and Pauly is wise to that and throws in a grenade. This time he can X on it. And that gives them their 6th round, a quick mop of the T side, and that will put them back on a save.
Absolutely. So we will see a little bit of life breathing in towards XGB, but remember what happened the last time that Blitz saved. Yeah. So we're going to see whether or not they can do it again. This time they don't have any head armor, so we're going to see whether or not they can actually make something happen with those P250s and CC75 that Xander has. Miscellaneous actually did go for the head armor, so that could be a factor in this round. They're going to delay nade B, and the bomb is actually working its way up through apartments quickly. They're going to be able to call for this one, as they're going to go ahead and drop nades over that way, but they're coming out boiler side. And that well-placed Molotov from Pez in mid is going to cordon off that area and force him in towards his rifle, but he's only able to pick off 1 before they make their turn. But Pauly looking for more. Dick Marco finds 1. Oh, spins around and gets the headshot through the box. Nice shot onto Xander, takes him down. And the last man standing going to be Miscellaneous, and he did have the head armor and the M4, but unfortunately too little, too late, as he is going to go down to the hands of whoever that was that killed him. So 14-7 is your scoreline here as XGB. Not down and out just yet.
Yep, definitely showing some good aggression in the last 2 rounds. Good coordination as well on the retakes. Or at least the rotations, I should say. Not really a retake that round, but good awareness. We'll see how they choose to continue on. This time they are back up against 5 AK-47s, and they're going to get really aggressive in mid. Look at this. ESEA and Dick Marco already pushed down. ESEA's going to take down Xander. That's the bomb, and they know that that is now at the underpass, so they can make the appropriate corrections in doing so. But Fruit's going to get one, and Hero picks up Shinobi as well. So, yeah, I'm still not going to say that right. I'm going to give up.
Shahubi?
I don't care. what?
Chewbacca?
Yes, you sound like my mom when she snores.
Wow.
2v2 situation, Hero and Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous did manage to recover that bomb. He's going to go against Pez and Polly, so the P's of XGB right now, and Pez is going to get one. Oh no, unfortunately Miscellaneous looked in the wrong direction as he came up from middle, and Polly rotating around from Banana will take down Hero. So now it's 14-8. The scoreline looking increasingly closer, and XGB looking a lot more organized.
And right now, Blitz might actually have to save this round. We're going to see whether or not they do, and that's exactly what they're going to do here is they pick up 2 CZ75s and P250s across the rest. Miscellaneous, not sure what pistol he wants just yet, and it is going to be a P250, so we're going to see whether or not they can put those pistols to work this round against the anti-eco of XGB. I think they're probably assuming that they're going to buy here, and they're not going to go super aggressive this round, so we're going to see whether or not they can make it happen. But it is going to be an alternate middle push, and there they go, right across the boiler room. And just counting numbers is going to be Dick Marco. He saw 3 cross, and they are out mid. That Molotov a little bit too late, but Pez going to sweep up 2 anyway. And Shinobi over there by truck side going to find 1. He does have an AWP in hand. Oh, misses the flick shot. He's looking for another one. Not going to find it just yet. As Xander and Hero, your last 2 standing, and there you go. Hero's going to find the face of Polly, playing a little bit too aggressive for his own good there. They actually have them both stuck, but Hero getting dinked through the wall by his teammate. A little miscommunication there, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. So they're trying to find Shinobi, but there it is. It's all falling apart again. Xander finally goes down. The bomb has been dropped. Shinobi with that CZ75 finally able to make it happen. And that AWP is scouting out over towards pit side. And they still know that he's down there. And ESEA playing this one patient, playing this one smart. Shinobi maybe overextending himself a little bit right here as he's going to chip away a little bit more health off of Hero. But at this point, all right, there he goes. Smokes out the apartments, and that's a smart play here as ESEA's going to be completely smoked off. But that nade, though.
Yes.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
Screw your smoke. Give himself away. That was actually awesome. Looking at that strictly from like the tracer perspective, it was like, all right, I know exactly where you are.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Can you bake a cake? No, neither can I.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Ooh, look at you.
Have you seen the Little John version of that?
No.
Amazing.
I'll YouTube that.